What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mindset Mogul podcast. We are your hosts, Josh Jacobs and Bradley Mora, and we are back with another episode. And this time we did something a little bit different. We actually recorded the episode. I didn't do the intro. We're doing the intro after. And basically, just want to tell you a little bit about the episode. We kind of spent the whole episode talking about one of my most recent failures, my most recent failure for sure. And just I was laying it on Brad, beating myself up, and really was kind of down on myself for the day. And we just went right into the pod without recording the intro. So just kind of wanted to give a little, pre-intro to what you're about to listen to. And it's me taking a complete accountability for just a massive mistake that I've made over the last couple of years. And, making sure that I never make a mistake like that again, and hoping that you guys learn from my mistakes and don't do that. So that's pretty much the whole episode. So go ahead, listen to it, and don't beat yourself up as bad as I've been beating myself up. If you are in a similar situation to me, just take whatever you listen to in the pod and learn from it, and don't make the same mistakes yourself. So I don't know if you want anything to add, Brad, but like I said, that whole episode is pretty much just me, taking ownership and accountability to you and looking for you for some sort of positive reinforcement that I didn't just completely screw up. But
I think it was good. I think it was a different type of episode, but it was a good reflection for you.
Yeah, it was. And I'm still beating myself up a little bit about it, but it's all good. Everything happens for a
shake it
reason.
off now. We got to get to the end of the year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, all right, guys, enjoy the episode and we will see you soon. All right. So we're talking right now, and man, beating myself up bad. There's a lot of good for this episode. There's a lot of bad. All right. Well, a little bit of bad, a lot of good. But what's up, bro? How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. We're sitting in the same boat. It's you've definitely got it worse than me. So I think we should just dive in on how give people the take. What's going on?
All right. So I called Brad, and about a year and a half ago, I was doing 75 hard. And, when I do 75 hard, I just get so much clarity on what I want in life, what my priorities are. And when I was doing it a year and a half ago, I decided I wanted to start this pet brand. So I started this pet brand, this dog supplement, basically a dog multivitamin named after my dog, Jackson, who I'm petting right here so he stays quiet. And it's something that I just really want to do. If you know me, I'm obsessed with dogs. I love my dog. And I just wanted to do something in that area because it just truly makes me happy. And I launched this brand. I love the branding. I love everything about it. And got all the inventory, set everything up, spent a bunch of money. And long story short, as soon as I got everything set up, I never did anything with it. I just kept procrastinating on it. And I was busy with my other business, and just I kept making excuses, right? I'll do it tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow. And now it's tomorrow, and the best buy date on all this inventory is in October, and right now it's August 9th. So we're talking about 6 weeks from now. So basically it's too late to do anything with. And here's why I'm coming back to this, because I started 75 hard yesterday, and within one day I gained a ton of clarity, and I realized how badly I screwed myself over with procrastination. And I am feeling this burning pain right now that I have not felt in a very long time. And I really haven't beat myself up like this in a long time. It's a really, really shitty feeling, and it's nobody's fault but my own. And that's what makes it even worse. And I am at this point now where I have to decide what I want to do, because it's still something that I really, really have a passion for, but it would require me to basically start over, which is not the worst thing in the world. It's just I got to decide what to do. So long story short, I'm beating myself up bad. But the lesson here is do not procrastinate. And everything that gives you clarity in life is something that you should be doing every day. So if I were to do 75, like the last time I did 75 hard earlier this year, I immediately started thinking about Jackson's multivitamin. Like it's the first thing my mind goes to every time I have a lot of clarity because I know it's something that I want to do. And if I would have just been doing this for the last year and a half instead of going on routine, off routine, on routine, off routine, I would have made a lot more progress. And I probably would have, had a nice business right now with this pet brand. So I guess to put it lightly, one of the things that Ed Milet says is winning is more fun than fun is fun. And I texted Brad this last night because I've realized like I've had so much fun this year and last year. I've done so much traveling. I've gone all over the place. I've met so many people and I don't regret any of that, but what I will say is that I feel much more fulfilled when I am living an extremely disciplined lifestyle. I am hitting all of my goals. I am taking care of my nutrition. I'm taking care of my body. I'm doing everything that I know I should be doing. And when you're traveling and going to all these business events and meeting people, and it's very easy to get off track and it's very easy to start drinking and, have a snack here and there that turns into some bad meals, that turns into days of bad meals, that gets you off your routine. And I guess I know I'm going on a rant right now, but I feel like there's definitely going to be people that relate to this where it's just, I procrastinated in my business, and it's due to the fact that I did not have extreme clarity at 100% of the time, which is due to the fact that I was not taking care of myself 100% of the time. And it's like this chain reaction of if I want to have extreme clarity, if I want to hit my goals and I want to do the things I want to do in life, I have to have extreme clarity at all times. And if I want extreme clarity at all times, I have to be living this disciplined lifestyle, this mindset mogul lifestyle that we talk about all the time at all times. And that's the real realization that I've been having. And I'm ready for it now. I'm ready to stop traveling as much. I'm ready to stop saying, oh, I'm just having fun or whatever. Like, I'm ready to get back to winning is more fun than fun is fun. And regardless of whatever happens with, the pet business, what I do, whatever, I am going to sit in this feeling and let it burn because I never want to feel this feeling again, ever. And I will never feel this feeling again. I'm stating that right now because I will never be a victim of my own procrastination ever again. Fuck that. It's not worth it. So if you're procrastinating on something that you want to do in your life, because we all procrastinate on shit every day. Like I was procrastinating on starting the business for 2 years before I even started it. And the only reason it hurts worse now is because I fucking started it. I spent all this money. I got all the fucking inventory and I still procrastinated on it. So we all procrastinate on shit every single day. If you're procrastinating on something, do it fucking today. And to make it easier on yourself, give yourself clarity by treating yourself right, living a disciplined lifestyle, and understanding what your priorities in life are. So I'm sorry for taking up the first 7 minutes with that long fucking speech, but goddamn, that's where I'm at right now. And I hope you can feel what I'm feeling so that you don't have to feel it for yourself.
That was so good. If you can take away the pain that you're feeling now, a benefit for everyone who gets to listen to that is, I think, more clarity for someone who hears it. They can skip, hopefully you can skip a little bit of the pain and move right to the clarity. I think the points you're making on clarity were really interesting. You're saying, I'm putting myself in a position to go achieve my goals when I have clarity. It's almost like you don't even know exactly what your goals were until you had clarity. Every time
100%.
every time that you do something that provides clarity, it's like you're remembering that your goals were to go launch this brand because you're passionate about it. So you didn't even really have access to what it is that you wanted until you started treating yourself right, which is a weird feedback cycle when you think about it. It's like, to know what you want, you first need to just give your body and your mind the tools to reveal to you what it is that you actually want. Otherwise, you're in a state of just fighting with yourself. I mean, that's the reality. When you like are coming down from alcohol, you're inflamed from eating shitty food, you don't even really have the luxury of clarity because your body is just in this like fight or flight mode trying to get back to equilibrium. And so you don't get to step up into that next level of accessing what matters to you beyond just staying alive at that point. Really, I think it's like an evolutionary problem at that point. It's like physical and manifests itself in a way that it's Maslow's hierarchy. You can't be thinking about self-actualization when you're like just trying to make sure you don't die because you keep putting crap in your body. And so there's something really powerful there because it's so easy to basically get trapped in the bubble of mediocrity when you slip on the food a little bit, you slip on the booze a little bit, you enter a lifestyle, and then it's like you don't even know what lies on the other side of that. You forget. For whatever reason, you forget really easily. And that's why having these conversations is so important because we get to remind each other. But when you're just stuck in your own head every day, battling whatever battle you've created for yourself, you forget that there's this huge open pasture of clarity on the other side of just doing something right for a short period of time. And so that's the other thing I took away is you're like, I did 75 hard for a day. And then I entered this huge period of pain and anguish because I got clarity and I remembered that I just fucked myself in a way that you couldn't even see a week ago. Like nothing's really changed from a week ago, except that you now have clarity and you have access to a part of your mind and a part of your, let's call it like your soul, because isn't that like the things that really matter here is like you're chasing what you're passionate about, what you're passionate for. And so like what you've learned from this, I think is incredibly important. And we got to just keep being accountable to remind each other of this because I'm not in the state that you're in, but I'm definitely one where persistent mindset mogul behavior has not been what's going on this summer. And you end up circling a bowl of mediocrity and
Yeah.
like it's really that it kind of only happens in two ways. Like you have to start with high octane and then go decide to have fun. But to your point, the fun's not even fun when in the back of your mind, you're like, have I done everything I can do to make sure that I'm fulfilling myself at the highest level?
It's honestly a form of procrastination.
Oh wow. Dude, that's actually, I never put that really together.
Okay, so there's two things I want to touch on. One is the fact of the clarity of like, such a big question people have is I don't know what I want to do, right? Like people will say I have this work ethic, I'm willing to work, but I don't know what I want to do. And that's not having the clarity. And that's why I tell people who are in that phase like do 75 hard because yeah, you get in shape. Yeah, you get mentally tough. But like to me, the number one thing that's come from 75 hard every single time I've done it is clarity. So that's one thing. But also, what I was reading the other day, because that's another thing, by the way. I fell off of reading, I fell off of nutrition, I fell off of everything, and I was reading like even one of the things that is procrastination besides like fun is going on trips, like going on vacations, is a form of escapism, and that is totally me, dude. Like I love going on trips because it's like I'm not saying I'm like unhappy. I wake up every morning even when I'm off my routine, like I still wake up every morning extremely grateful. Like that's something that I have stuck with, that I have kept with me no matter how far off my routine I get, is I remain grateful for my life and I am fucking happy in my life. But I definitely use the form of procrastination of having fun or escapism on trips or vacations or whatever. And at the end of the day, the major realization that we've already just discussed is that winning is more fun than fun is fun. And like I literally fucking canceled a bunch of trips I have for the next few months. Like I'm done. I'm not done, but I'm taking a break and I'm getting back to what I know my priorities are, and that is to become the best version of myself and maintain this clarity at all times, because nothing feels as good as having this level of clarity. And even though I'm burning like a motherfucker right now and feel like I fucked myself, I'm still grateful for that feeling because I will never make this mistake again. And I have the clarity now that I just need to remain at this level at all times. And we've talked about the idea of being 100 or whatever. And as much as I would love to be 100, I think the better way to put it is just what can I do every day to maintain this level of clarity? And being as close to 100 is the best way to do it. But instead of just focusing on the being 100, like I'm focusing on the clarity, because that's what do we always say? Like, if we can tie an emotion to something, it will make it easier to do. And the emotion that I have of clarity makes it easier to cope with the fact of being 100 and giving up that fun that I so often desire. So I don't know how you feel about that, but I just feel like the emotion of clarity, if we can call that an emotion, is just such a powerful driver for me, dude. Like there's not much that feels better, honestly. For somebody that grew up like having no clue what the fuck I wanted to do, feeling lost, being addicted to drugs, in and out of jail, rehab, all that shit, like having clarity for me is an emotion that I value so fucking much. And I don't know. I just felt the need to say that.
We're on the same page. It's like having a window into your soul. If you have that, I feel like you're actually in tune with yourself, and then you've got the opportunity to have alignment in your life. Like I think most people's the pain you're feeling right now, it's a psychological, not phenomena is a strong word, but it's called cognitive dissonance. It's a common term, and it's when you're acting in a way that is different. It's inconsistent with what you identify as. And so I think when you are in a state of not having clarity, like that is just a persistent state of having cognitive dissonance because you don't even know what you want. So you inherently are not acting consistently with yourself, because how could you even act consistent if you don't know what you want? And that's a very painful state to exist in. And that's why when you're saying like people feel lost or you don't know what you want, and then that leads to drugs, it's like you're filling this void of not knowing what you want. It's actually the ultimate pain is not having a purpose. And you can't have a purpose if you don't have clarity because you don't really know what you want. And so I think what you said, and maybe the most important thing in this episode is I've been through the endless cycle of like, what do I want? And just sitting there and wondering and thinking, I'm like, how can I go fix this problem? Do I need to go get more information? Should I go read the internet? Should I like scroll Twitter or Instagram and wait for a wave of inspiration to hit me about what I actually want? And I can guarantee you that that's just an endless path to nowhere. And the actual way to get to it is what you just said. Like the information's already inside you. You've collected enough information, especially if you're 30 like we are, 31. You've got plenty of information to work off of. What you need is to go access the parts of your mind that give you that clarity. And the only way to do that is to go treat yourself correctly and give yourself the opportunity to get that clarity. So that was a good lesson for me. I'm like, just
Dude, that's why, by the way, I was telling you, I know you got a hard stop in 4 minutes. That's one of the reasons why, like yesterday I was telling you I did this journal entry. And by the way, I'm gonna start writing. I've not been the best at like writing my goals every day and writing all the stuff that I want to do. But what I realized yesterday when I started having this clarity moment is like, I need to just start doing this every single day, because putting this on paper actually does keep me aligned every single day. And I'm going to write, like literally as soon as we hang up right now, I'm going to write down my goals for the day because I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to do it every single day. And yesterday I did this exercise with my wife where we wrote a journal entry as if it was 1 year from today, and like what the perfect day looked like. I was like, I woke up, I did this, I did XYZ, and it was perfect. And I'll read it in a year from now and see if like that's what came true. But I do think that there is a lot of value in writing down your goals every single day and who you want to be, because it just keeps your brain aligned with who you are. And it makes it easier for you to stay on routine that day and like not fall off, for lack of a better term. But all right, I know you got to go real quick. Everything else good? I know we just took over this whole episode with this one issue, but everything else good with you? Anything interesting happen over the last week or two?
no, except that we're just coming to the same realizations at the same time. Honestly, that's the only thing I care about. Like at a broad strokes is let's get back on the horse in a very meaningful way, because nothing else happen. It's like everything's at a standstill. It's the ultimate form of procrastination. Is in like until you're doing 75 hard or whatever the equivalent is to be on your A game. Like there is nothing else. Honestly, that's the conclusion I've come to. Is go get that right first, and then I can go. Then we can chat about whatever else I'm thinking about.
Okay, I'm with you,
Yeah,
dude. Time to get back to being mindset moguls.
that's
All
right.
right. Have a great rest of your day. Guys, please like and subscribe if you resonated with this at all. And we will see you in the next episode. Take care.